Good morning, one and all. Now today we can discuss about the phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria is also known as a Coelenterata. I already said why the phylum is called as a Porifera. The organism having a common character, that is having a pore bearing ones. That's why that is called as a Porifera. Now, why this phylum is called as a Cnidaria or also called as a Coelenterata means, see, now this one is an organism. Now this one is an hydra. For Cnidarian organisms, they having a thread-like structures that is called as a tentacles. On the surface of the tentacles or on the surface of the body, they having a specialized cells. That specialized cells is called as a stinging cells. Stinging cells is scientifically called as a nidoblast cells. Based upon nidoblast cells, this phylum is called as a Cnidaria. What is use of this stinging cells? This stinging cells is useful for anchorage and also defense and escaping from the predator. Here what is meant by anchorage and defense indicates. Anchorage means normally in Telugu what we have to say, ఇవి బేసికల్గా నీళ్ళల్లో ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి నీళ్ళల్లో లోపల సాయిల్లో ఉండి గట్టిగా పట్టుకోవడానికి, ఏమన్నా ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నుంచి వస్తే ఆ ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ నుంచి ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయడానికి, లేదా ఆ ఆర్గానిజం నుంచి తప్పించుకోవడానికి ఈ స్టింగింగ్ సెల్స్ ఆర్ నిడోబ్లాస్ట్ సెల్స్ అనేటివి ఉపయోగపడతాయి. యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ వన్. నౌ see, for Cnidarian organisms, the habitat is what? The mostly marine habitat. Some are solitary and some are colonial. Solitary means some organisms they can live a single or some they can live in a grouped manner. I already said the symmetry. First three phylums, the symmetry is what type of symmetry? Radial symmetry. When I keep hyphen like this, they having a exception. Some organism the symmetry is the biradial symmetry. Bi means what? Two. In two axes only you can cut the body into two equal planes. That type of symmetry is called as a biradial symmetry. That's why in which organism biradial symmetry is seen? That is in the Adimacea. Adimacea is commonly called as a sea anemone. You have to remember these names. And layers, I already said first three phylums they having how many layers? Two layers. That's what that is the diploblastical nature. And level of organization, first phylum is what level? Cellular level. It means there is no coordination. Cnidarians, what level? Tissue level. That's why you can observe from one phylum to another phylum development is seen here. That's why tissue means group of cells having a same function. If they having a same function means compulsory coordination is there. If they having a coordination means nervous system is present or nerve cells is present. That's why first time nerve cells can be seen in which phylum? That is in the Cnidarians. That too the main example is the hydra. And then see here locomotion. Some are what nature here? Sessile. It means they are not able to move attached to the substratum. Here some are sessile and some are free living. Which organism is sessile nature? That is what form? Polyform. Polyp. Polyform. What is polyform is, if the organism having a tubular shape, that form is called as a polyform. That's why polyform organism not able to move. If the organism having a medusoid, medusoid means umbrella shaped form is called as a medusoid form. This organism is freely living. Keep in mind, polyforms undergoes asexual reproduction. Medusoid forms undergoes sexual reproduction. Okay, now I already said Cnidarians is also called as a coelenterata. Why Cnidarians is also called as a coelenterata means here they having a body cavity. They having a body cavity. Body cavity is called as a, where is that one? Coelentron. Body cavity is called as what? Coelentron. That's why it is also called as a coelenterata. That's why here the circulatory system for porifera is the water canal system. But here the circulatory system, totally circulation is takes place in the body cavity. That's why here the circulatory system is what? Coelentron. Coelentron is useful for the circulatory function and also useful for the digestive function. And another one, digestive system. Here the digestive system both extracellular and intracellular. It means if any organism is coming like this, by the presence of these tentacles, by the presence of stinging cells, some amount is digested here, that is the extracellular, and it is enter into the body cavity, there the digestion is takes place, that is the intracellular. That's why both the extracellular and intracellular digestion is takes place. And nerve system, they having a specialized nerve net is there, that nerve net is called as a statocyst. And excretion, see here there is no anus. Through mouth, both ingestion and egestion. Ingestion means entering of the food material. Egestion means excreting of the particles. That's why here the excretion is through mouth. Mouth can be acting as both ingestion, entering of the food, and egestion, removing of the waste particles. Respiration by what process? Diffusion process. Reproduction, I already said polyform, that is the tubular form organisms undergoes asexual reproduction. They can produce medusoid form of organisms. Medusoid form of organisms undergoes sexual reproduction. They can produce polyform. That's why it means one time it will be polyform, another time it will be medusoid form, another time polyform, another time medusoid form. This alternate of generation is called as a metagenesis. That's why what is meant by metagenesis? The alternate of generation is called as a metagenesis. One time it can be undergo for asexual reproduction, another time it will be go for the sexual reproduction. This alternate of generation is called as a metagenesis. Now they can ask the question, here metagenesis can be seen in which organism? That is it can be seen in the obelia. Obelia is commonly called as a cipher. In obelia organism, metagenesis type of characters is seen. And then if we go for the exoskeleton, skeletal system, in porifera, skeletal system is made up of either by calcium, either by silicon, either by spongin fiber. But here exoskeleton is made up of with calcium. Okay, now this one I already said, this one is the tentacles, and they having a specialized cells, that is called as the stinging cells. Okay, this is the medusoid form, umbrella shaped, and this one is the polyform, a tubular shaped. Now here they having a three classes is present. One is the hydrozoa, another one is the scyphozoa, third one is the anthozoa, or also called as a actinozoa. Now here this one is the ectoderm and this one is the endoderm. Between ectoderm and endoderm, they having a connective tissue. This connective tissue is called as a mesoglea. See here, in porifera, between ectoderm and endoderm, they having a gelatinous matrix, not named as a tissue, gelatinous matrix. This is called as a mesohyl, and this one is called as a mesoglea. This one is the tissue, this one is the gelatinous matrix. Now first we can go for the hydrozoa. In hydrozoa organisms, some are solitary nature and some are colonial nature. sedentary means they not able to move. I already said if the organisms they not able to move, they can undergo for what type of reproduction? Asexual reproduction. When it is free living, it will be go for the sexual reproduction. And metagenesis type of characters can be seen in the obelia. Nidocytes, that is the specialized cells. These nidocytes present in the outer region, that is originated from the ectoderm. Germ cells, what is germ cells? Reproductive cells is called as a germ cells. Germ cells origin is what origin? Ectodermal origin. The best example is the hydra. Hydra is commonly called as a freshwater polyform. Physalia. Physalia is commonly called as a Portuguese man of war. And another example is the obelia. Obelia is commonly called as a zephyr. And another one, that is Scyphozoa. In this class, they are called as a jellyfishes. You know, this is called as a jellyfish. You have to see in the Discovery channels. Now, the nidocytes, what is the origin? Both ectodermal and endodermal origin. But here only they having a ectodermal region. Here germ cells is what origin? Ectodermal. But the germ cells is what origin? Endodermal region. The best example is the Aurelia. Aurelia is commonly called as a jellyfish. You have to remember these common names and scientific names. Anthozoa are also called as a actinozoa. In this class, they commonly called as a sea anemones. I already said they having a symmetry. That symmetry is called as a biradial symmetry. And these all the organisms, they are the sedentary, and it is what forms? Polyploid forms. But in Scyphozoa, they having a medusoid forms. For Hydrozoa and Anthozoas, polyforms. This one is the medusoid forms. See, I already said mesoglia. Between ectoderm and endoderm, they having a connective tissue that is called as a mesoglia. It is present in the Anthozoas. Same as that of Scyphozoa. Nidocytes, ecto and endo. Here also nidocytes, ecto and endo. Germ cells, endo. Germ cells, endo. Both it will be same. But it is a polyploid form, and this one is the medusoid form. Best example is the Admesia, is commonly called as a sea anemone. Another example is the Gorgonia, commonly called as a sea fan. And another one is the Panatula. Panatula is commonly called as a sea pen. You have to remember this, each and every example is very important. Tomorrow class we can discuss about the Ctenophora.